This girl spent thousands, about $6,000 on, get this, a designer vagina surgery, right? But apparently, it almost killed her. So beauty may not have been worth all this pain. One OnlyFans model, go figure, revealed her horrifying designer vagina recovery, but now she's having the best whoopee with no regrets. Influencer Deli Isla, 21, said her old, girl, you're 21. What the hell? Her old vagina caused her discomfort. In addition to her disliking how it looked, which, I mean, I don't know if this is the case, but I guess maybe there's girls out there that feel not confident about themselves down there, I guess. So she sought out a labiaplasty in April. Following her designer vagina surgery, which rang in at nearly $6,000, she fell ill and was rushed to the hospital. Which to me kind of is like that amount of money is a lot of amount of money, but who knows if she's like a really like I guess successful OnlyFans model, she's probably making way more than that per month. But still, to spend like $6,000 to have someone chop you up down there feels a little bit depressing, at least to me. My fiance ended up having to call an ambulance, which resulted in me being taken to hospital and spending 10 days in an emergency ward. Isla from London told Need to Know Online, I went home an hour after the procedure was completed, and within 2 hours, I was in excruciating pain, which is not normal for this kind of surgery. What was supposed to be a peaceful recovery resulted in three additional emergency surgeries due to three different blood clots that caused unbearable pain. Like, that's a really scary situation to have multiple blood clots. I was put onto morphine and the hospital put a surgeon on standby solely for me, as well as fencing me off from the rest of the ward, she recalled. The doctor explained that I was in an incredibly bad state, and I don't remember certain details of being in hospital due to the amount of medications they had put me on. For a week or so in the hospital, she was unable to move almost completely, she added. But a mere 8 weeks later, she was able to return to her normal sex life since being intimate could hinder healing, and feels more confident than ever despite the traumatic events following her procedure. Since the healing has gone really well, I'm very happy with the overall look, she said. It's definitely made me feel more confident about myself as clothing is more comfortable and it's far better than I found it pre op. Like any Gen Zer would, Isla took to TikTok to share her horrifying experience in the hopes to educate others looking for a labiaplasty, racking up 37,000 views and 2,000 likes. She claims she researched her surgeon for 2 years, booked the surgery after her consultation, then received the procedure and was sent home. I'm rushed to the hospital with blood clots and have multiple surgeries to fix it, she added in the text on top of the clip. And so her followers, which is about 70,000, rushed to the comments to wish her well, while others critiqued her desire for new lady parts. So here's the thing, right? Now I do believe that like the followers on TikTok are typically not really that good of followers, but for the type of business that she is in, which is that OnlyFans thing, they probably do convert actually pretty well. So there's probably at least like 5,000 to 10,000 of these 70,000 people paying her a per month fee for her content. And so she's probably making some really good money. So basically, financially speaking, she could probably easily afford a surgery like this, right? And the downtime and the recovery and all that kind of stuff, which is important if you are wanting to do some sort of surgery, especially of this type of nature where it's very cosmetic or something. That being said, just because you can financially do something, does that mean that you should, right? So hope you get better soon. One user wrote with heart emojis, "That's brutal. I wish you a speedy recovery." Commented another, "Oh my god, that must have been horrible. I hope you're okay now though." Another follower chimed in, "Bruh, why you even changing your body? How's that self-love? Like you hate yourself or something," someone else jeered. And here's the thing, right? I understand that there's some people that like really are insecure about something about themselves. I completely understand that, right? But taking that next step of basically permanently altering your body through surgery is a very big step to take, right? Because you can't really go back to the way that you were. Like once you go under the knife to change something, you cannot go back the same way. So blood clots can be a common side effect of many surgeries. However, we are unsure whether I was simply unlucky or whether this was a result of an error, Isla added. "I should note the clinic which I went to is highly reputable, and I did my research into where I was getting the procedure done." And Dr. Sarah Welsh, a gynecologist and co-founder of Hanks Condoms, Hanx Condoms, told Need to Know Online that labiaplasties are commonly done to reduce pain and improve aesthetic appearance or function of the vagina. Now, I wonder how it's supposed to reduce pain. Maybe have the opening better. Like, I don't really know. Um, Improve the aesthetic appearance or function of the vagina. Okay. Now, I can understand wanting to reduce pain. I can understand wanting to basically work on the function of the vagina. But improving aesthetic appearance, right? Isn't that like a really subjective aspect, right? Like if you're doing it purely for the aesthetics, well, what is aesthetically appealing to you may not be aesthetically appealing to another person. Like imagine if you're a girl and you were to go spend $6,000 on this type of surgery to change the way that you look down there, and then after the surgery, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, or whatever is like, I, I'm just not attracted to you anymore because of this, right? That could be a real possibility, right? Where someone might end up actually like losing their attraction to you for this reason, right? Because it's changed or whatever, right? Like I don't know, but it could happen. So like can you imagine like doing something like that? Maybe saving up your money to alter yourself because you view it as something that is more aesthetically appealing to you, but then the partner that you care about is no longer as attracted to you as they were beforehand. Like it's a sad thing. So patients who have this surgery include cancer patients who have had surgery or treatment to their reproductive urinary systems, women with vaginal prolapses, that sounds absolutely horrible, people who have had trauma to their vagina, or others with birth defects affecting the vagina, she said. As well as these medical conditions, vaginal reconstruction or rejuvenation is an option for women who have decreased sexual sensation, sometimes after childbirth, vaginal pain during sex, or a desire to alter the size or appearance of their genitals. Right? Interesting. Typically, she added, these types of surgeries only require a few days of recovery, although there are always some risks. As with any surgical procedure, there are some risks your surgeon will highlight to you, including infection risk, the risk of anesthetic reduction or loss of sensation in the vaginal area, bleeding, and scars. she said, noting that this story is not common. It says labiaplasty or designer vagina procedure. Story comes at a time when requests for the surgery are soaring. According to UK surgeon Dr. John Scevophilax, he's seen the number of women wanting the procedure skyrocket, performing over 50 already this year. Which, by the way, if he's basically charging, I don't know what he's charging, right? Let's say it's basically about the same amount as previously, right? So $6,000 times 50, meaning that he already potentially has made about $300,000 from this year alone from working on the vajayjay. So that's interesting. It's definitely a good money maker for doctors. But feel free to give your thoughts if you stumble upon this. Would you want to do this? And I mean, would you want to do this purely for the aesthetic side? I understand wanting to do it for like the medical side, or if you're feeling pain, to get maybe better pleasure, all that kind of stuff, right? Like, I completely understand that side. But the purely for the aesthetics size, would you be willing to do something like that? Like, especially spending $6,000 for that. Personally, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably only want to do something like this if I was in her position purely for a medical reason, not for a like self viewpoint, like the way that I view myself reason.